News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris. At least 47 people are dead. More are trapped after a powerful earthquake in Colombia. The magnitude 7.4 tremor struck at 7:34 this morning local time near the town of San Jose del Palmar, with at least one aftershock. The earthquake has also rocked buildings as far away as Bogotá, which is 186 miles away. President Trump has signaled that he is prepared to let economic pressure build on Iran rather than launch fresh military strikes. The president is looking to force a reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, even as Iran reiterated that conditions still are not in place for that. Bloomberg Middle East breaking news editor Patrick Sykes.
I think we're caught in this kind of back and forth where one day the president will say they're on the verge of resuming military strikes or they're on the verge of a deal, and now the latest is that they're trying to take some of the immediacy or expectations of immediacy out of the diplomatic dance.
Bloomberg's Patrick Sykes. And crude oil is about 4% higher now, WTI topping $81 a barrel and Brent crude closing in on $87 a barrel. A rally in oil prices left stocks wavering while bond yields rose, with trader anxiety building just days ahead of a key inflation report. We check markets for you all day long here at Bloomberg. The S&P 500 is up 0.1%. NASDAQ is little changed on the downside. The Dow little changed on the downside. The 10-year Treasury yield at 4.69%, the 2-year yield at 4.23%. The Philadelphia Semiconductor Index more than 1.5% lower, led by Coherent, which is down 12%. White House economic advisor Kevin Hassett says he is not looking to replace Lisa Cook on the Fed board now that President Trump has revived his threat to remove her over unproven mortgage fraud allegations.
She says that she's 100% innocent. As a human being, I hope that's true. But I think that if in the end there is a cause, then of course the president has the right to fire her. Whether there is or not, that's a law enforcement matter.
Hassett says he'd either keep rates on hold or cut if he were running the Fed. White House economic advisor Kevin Hassett appearing on CNBC. Apple was downgraded to an underperform rating at Jefferies in the latest example of growing bearishness toward Apple. Analyst Edison Lee is concerned about the outlook for the iPhone, especially Apple's ability to drive higher average selling prices.
Smartphone itself is a very mature product, and that's why the majority of the demand is going to come from replacement demand. And we think that with AI not yet taking hold, right, to change the utility of the smartphone, I think that new form factor is important for Apple to be able to raise the ASP over time.
Jefferies analyst Edison Lee on Bloomberg Tech. Apple shares now more than 2% lower. Meta has introduced a new downloadable AI model called Muse Glimmer that can run on a personal computer. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg wrote an essay saying the company aims to distribute superintelligence widely and give every person the ability to direct it rather than centralizing it. Meta shares now more than 1% higher. Microsoft is reportedly planning to significantly increase production of its internally designed next-generation AI chips next year. The information reports Microsoft has been in talks with TSMC to secure manufacturing capacity for more than 300,000 of the chips for delivery in 2027. Microsoft's general manager for Azure, Maya, says the figures don't reflect the scale of the program and expects deployments to be measured in gigawatts. Microsoft now about 2% higher. Intel says it will be offering $15 billion in common stock, taking advantage of renewed interest in its business prospects during the AI data center boom. Intel says the money will be used for general corporate purposes. Shares of Intel nearly 4% lower. GameStop considering withdrawing its $56 billion bid for eBay and may propose a partnership or joint venture instead. It was less than a month ago GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen told Bloomberg they were focused on eBay.
I'm not going to call my shots, but we're coming for eBay one way or another.
A partnership could enable eBay to leverage GameStop's U.S. retail locations and increase market share in categories like trading cards and collectibles. GameStop shares little changed. That's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris, and this is Bloomberg.